special. How did that all come about with you being able to tell the story?
Yeah, Kyle, part of our creative team, and just that whole group had come to me with the idea and asked me if I'd be interested. And I was quick to answer yes, just because, first of all, my family is very, very important to me. Second of all, Weddington has been a place that has propelled me to get to where I am today. There's no doubt about it. So when he came to me about the idea, had a couple schedule conflicts, things like that, but we figured out a way. Kyle does such a great job. I mean, literally, my family and I were in tears while watching it. Just shows you, how good it is. So yeah, it's just very, very special. Definitely wanted to make it happen.
And in that trailer, Amanda Poole with Watchbox out of Columbia. And in that trailer, or the teaser, you talked about how you don't do it to prove people wrong, but prove people right. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I think that there's a misconception, especially with me, that there's more people that doubt me and doubt my success and where I'm headed in the future. But at the end of the day, I've had so many people supporting me from day one, starting with my family, starting with my brother, starting with, all my grandparents, and really the town of Weddington. I had very few people tell me that I couldn't do it, even when I didn't even believe that I could do it myself. They were always behind me, rallying and just making me believe. So that's really what I meant by it. Just don't focus on the negative, don't focus on the people who don't think you can make it there, but rather do it for the ones who have thought you could the whole time.
Will, Larry Williams, TigerIllustrated.com. What's the feel with everybody on offense sort of back? I mean, obviously you went through the spring with a new system, but so many guys were out. Can you just sort of tell us, sort of the different feel now when you have a lot of the guys who were on the shelf? I guess mostly receiver, but also some on the offensive line who were out through the spring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the word's just excited. Everybody's excited. We've got potential to be really great. And there's no doubt about that with all the weapons and pieces we have, starting with number 2 at quarterback. I mean, he leads the offense. He leads this football team, and there's no better guy to do it. And then you talk about all the weapons and pieces we have around him, the five guys up front, a couple fillers that we'll be able to throw in there and interchange will be great for us. Some young receivers got to step up, no doubt. You talk about me and Seven in the backfield. I don't think there's a better duo in the nation, humbly, but I see how hard we work every single day, and that's just what this offense is consisted of, is a bunch of guys who put their head down, they work, and I just want to see us all reap the benefits in the fall, but there's a lot more work that we have to do in order for that to happen, and we got to play our best football at the end of the year, and we got to continue to get better all throughout the year, so we can just never be satisfied, and I think that's when you're going to see the best Clemson Tigers.
Todd Summers, WSBA TV. Kind of playing off of that, do you feel like the explosive plays are back in this offense? Do you think Coach Riley helps bring that back? Last year, they were missing. 2 years ago, they were certainly not as prevalent as they had been in years past.
Mm-hmm. I would say that Coach Riley has done a great job of coming in here and just adding different components. He's thrown things in there, and he just honestly puts the weapons in a really good position to make plays. And we've done that throughout the spring. Throughout today we had a couple big bangers on the defense, which always puts a smile on your face, right? But yeah, I think he's done a great job of putting us in great position to go out there and just make plays and honestly just have fun. It's one of the most fun days I've had being a Clemson Tiger was today, and just being out there. So it's going to be a great year, I think.
Go ahead.
Beth Wolf, Fox Carolina. Talking to your coaches, your teammates, they all use the word freedom when they talk about this offense. How have you seen that impact your teammates and the offense? Will was talking about it, like how great it feels to have that freedom. Certainly opens Kate up for stuff as well. What have you seen in a response from your teammates with that piece of freedom?
I think it just goes back to, once again, Coach Riley putting us in great positions to be successful. all starts with number 2, as you said. He has a lot of freedom out there to check the play, to give a wide receiver a different route. There's a lot of things that he can do on the field if he doesn't like the look. And like I said, I think when you give that freedom to 2, only good things happen from it. There's only benefit. So I'm excited to see how he's able to benefit from it, and then everyone around him is going to do the same. So we just got to make successful plays and can't turn them into bad ones.
Clemson Insider. I wanted to ask you, James Davis is now helping with you guys coaching in the room. What's that like, that dynamic with him and CJ and their relationship, and how has that helped you guys so far?
Yeah, it's great. Just the couple days that I've had with him, even today, I'm out there, just soaking it all in. And, you talk about a dynamic duo, that's it right there with Coach JD and Coach Spiller. So they bring 2 different things to the table. Saw a little bit of energy out of Coach James Davis today, which you don't get as much from Coach Spiller, but it's a great mix. I honestly can't wait, because I just love soaking up all the information that I can, and they're both willing to give a great deal of it, and they both have a great deal of knowledge. So I can't wait to just continue to learn from him, and for him to kind of take Phil, I, and the other running backs under his wing, and just be able to give us a different perspective.
Well, could you talk about Jarvis Green and kind of what he adds to that room that you guys are in, and maybe where his ceiling is, what potential you see in him just after day 1 here?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited for Jarvis and what he's been able to do up to this point. Came in the summer and has just been all about his business. There's no doubt on the goals that he's set and the actions that he's taking to get there. He does love to talk a little bit too much. Totally a joke. I know everyone thinks that I'm really, really mean in here. That's all right, though. No, I definitely get on the boys, especially Jarvis, but that's just because I see his potential and I see where he can really go. The kid is going to be special, and I know that y'all laugh when I call him kids, too. It's just how I say things. But no, he really is going to be special, him and Jay Haynes. They've got great capabilities, great ability, and they just got to put their head down and work. It's a lot of information with a new offense to be able to obtain and to be able to play at full speed. But both of those guys have great distances to go, and I couldn't be more excited to help younger guys out than those 2.
How familiar are you with the Thunder and Lightning from almost 2 decades ago? And Coach Sweeney said today that maybe you and Phil could be kind of Thunder and Lightning 2.0. How much does that excite you?
Yeah, I'm very, very familiar with it. I think there was a commercial. Wasn't there a commercial on it, on like Thunder and Lightning? Was there with Coach Spiller and JD back in the day with Thomas Austin? Maybe. I think we've seen it, and if y'all haven't, y'all need to check it out, because that's how I became aware of it. No, but like I said, just to have those 2 guys in the same room is unbelievable. And Phil and I have been talking about it a lot recently. We came in here our freshman year, and our goal was to be the best running back room in the country, to be the best 2 running backs in the country, and we're seeing it happen right before our eyes. Just the work that we've put in, and just talking it into existence. Not only talking it, but putting in the work and the action to get where we want to go. So I love that dude to death. I mean, he's pushed me more than anybody, on the field, off the field, in my journey with God. I could sit up here and spew off 50,000 things that he's helped me become a better man with. But yeah, I just can't wait to go the distance with him, man, and just continue to work, continue to grind with him, and just continue to push him as well in different ways.
Is it wild to think of yourself in that conversation of Thunder and Lightning, or is that exactly what you came here? Or was that always the vision?
Yeah, it's always the vision. I can sit up here and say that confidently. I wouldn't say, we used thunder and lightning exactly. But I think that we've always had that image in our mind, and our work has gone along with it. I think Phil will be the first one to tell you that, we're almost polar opposites in terms of, I'm going to be out there, I'm going to be very vocal, and, I'm going to wear my emotions on my sleeve. Phil is the exact opposite in terms of, he's a great leader, but he's more within, and he's going to be the guy that, puts his arm around your shoulder and kind of helps you out, where I'm going to be the one to push you and scream at you a little bit, get you going on that end. So yeah, it's just something that we've always talked about, but an image that we've had in our mind forever, and now that it's coming to fruition, I think there's no stopping for us. We go out there, and today was one of the best days we've had, in terms of, just how we push one another and how we love one another and what we're capable of doing. So I couldn't be more excited for our journey this year on the field and, off the field, just continuing to grow that relationship.
You talked about your fiery personality. Did you get too hot sometimes last year during games? Is that hard to manage, hard to sort of walk that line?
I would never say I get too hot, especially in looking at past interactions or what I've done in the past. All learning opportunities. I think that I have to be more present and understand who the audience is that's watching, and that's one of my biggest letdowns is just I've got to learn how to control it and when to control it. And Coach Spiller has done a tremendous job of helping me with that. Because it's all great energy. I'll be the first to tell you that it's all love for the game, and I just want to win. That's all I want to do. I want to go out there and I want to win. And when that's not happening, or I do something that hurts us in terms of winning, that's when I get very, very frustrated. So just learning to channel all of that and not dwell on the past, be able to use all of that good energy, to the future, and that's really where I'm focusing, and everybody's helped me. Coach Spiller, Phil, not a huge thing, but definitely something that I can continue to improve in football.
John Blau with the Post and Courier. So, what does Coach Spiller tell you, and how has he helped you manage that emotional?
Yeah, just always being in my ear. You gotta forget about Uno, on to the next. Just little talk like that. I usually don't like when people are in my ear, especially when I'm in that mode. But I've learned to just appreciate Coach Spiller always being there for me and just being able to hear his voice. I think it's because of just what he's been through and the experience that he has. I know that it's coming with good intent, and I know that I've got to listen to him, because I've got the utmost respect for him and where he's been, and just all he's helped me do up to this point. My development as a running back, as a man, wouldn't be close to where it is without him. So it's just I got to listen to him, and he's almost always right. Almost, right?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
Oh, this is a random question, but I think when Dominique Thomas was deadlifting 700 pounds, I think one of the things people noticed in that video was you barking at him.
Yeah.
Where does that come from in that moment? And why do you get so worked up about stuff like that?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. It's literally, it's just like a different mode. I get so pumped up. I just believe it's what God put me on this earth to do, is to play the game of football and to just maximize everybody's potential, including myself. Sometimes I ask myself, is it worth it? Is it truly worth it? Because I understand that it does hurt relationships, and it does sometimes cause somebody to not know what your true intent is. But it's just a part of me that I've learned to love. And I think whenever people look back at those instances where maybe they didn't understand where I was coming from, or kind of what my intentions were. I think they understand that I was truly just trying to get them to maximize theirs, and that it's just all out of love. I tell the running back guys every day, because I'm hardest on them. I'm hard on everybody, but those guys, I mean, I am very, very tough on them, and I'd be the first to admit that. But I tell them every single day, it's because I love you guys to death, and I would do anything for y'all. And I think that they truly do understand that, and it's a great feeling. But yeah, just comes from a place within of love and ferociousness, and just another side that I don't really know where it comes from. I think it's the Holy Spirit just shining through me, which is why I have to learn how to redirect it sometimes and truly let the light shine,
Jeff Fowler would just state that about 2 years since NIL became a thing in college athletics, they've used it in a lot of ways. Can you kind of just reflect on how that's helped you, how you've been able to help other people with that?
Yeah, it's been tremendous for my family and I, just to have the benefit of, just profiting off my name, image, and likeness. I think the first thing that comes to mind is Levine's Children's Hospital and the ability to be able to give back to them and help them. They're very near and dear to my heart, very close with a lot of their colleagues, and gotten a chance to create relationships with the patients and their families. So first of all, it's given me the ability to get back to them. And nothing puts more of a smile on my face than that. And then, just the ability to give back to my teammates, to go out there and also have, individual benefit, be able to, do some things that I was not able to do before, whether it's financially, whether it's, relationships, connecting with people. It's just created such a great opportunity for my family and I. So I'm very, very appreciative, very, very appreciative of Clemson University and, their willingness to, help us and put us, brand us in a way that gives us, that oomph. Put the dollar sign behind it, right? So it's always good.
Well, Dabo says that Coach Riley brings an air of confidence to this offense. Like, that's one of the biggest, I guess maybe the most important thing. What is that through his demeanor in your eyes, or is it just through the confidence of his offense working in practice? Or what is it to you? How does that materialize?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of things that go into it. Number one, I mean, he's the number one offensive coordinator in the country. And, I think when everybody on this offense believes that, it's hard not to have confidence in him and have confidence in the plays that he's calling and the positions he's putting us in. To go behind that, I think the success that we've shown through the summer and, today, throughout the spring, just the different perspectives that we've had, it's a good feeling, and only confidence comes with that. So I think we can continue to grow. There's no doubt about that. We can continue to learn his ways and kind of get on the same page more and more. But I think that's where the confidence comes from, is just knowing that he's the best at his job. And he's going to put us in the best position to win, as he's already shown throughout the spring, throughout the summer, and today.
Is he more vocal than previous two guys, Streeter and Elliott?
He's definitely. It's funny because he just flips a switch, right? And it's like he's got a very silly, goofy side, but then when he flips that switch, he's very locked in as well. So I would say, he's got two different personalities, and when he needs to lock in, he's very locked in. But then he also likes to have fun and can always throw a joke out there that makes you smile on the field and kind of takes a little bit of the pressure and weight off. So that's great too.
Take one more before we go to Barrett.
Will Carmine Jame, Fox Carolina Sports. As far as these fun handshakes that you guys do after the stretching deal, where did that tradition come from, and what's your personal favorite that you have?
Yeah, personally, I don't know where the tradition came from. I'm sure just one of the earlier teams started it. I know when I got here as a freshman, we had been doing it, so I just kind of had to make them with all the guys and make sure that I was a part of it. But I definitely have to throw Phil's in there. It's one that we created freshman year, and one that I think we'll probably have for the rest of our lives, and just that connection that we have with one another. Just doing it it before always gets me mentally locked in, focused, and like, hey, I'm out here doing this with, you know, my brothers. So I'm just gonna go out there, smile, have fun, have some joy, and just enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you, Will. You and Phil still roommates?
Yes.